You're wasting your time. Who do you think you are going to actually help? Do you know who you are? You are a classic trope. You are a cliche. 35 years old, single, living with his family. They use people like you as an example of what a man should never be. And you are going to help people? What do you have to offer others? You see how unorganized you are? You have no structure? This is not how smart people operate. You should have went to college. This is what your parents warned you about. Now you're trying to give life advice to people? Who the fuck do you think you are? So, you got to meet Hunter, the voice of my inner critic. Hunter shows up periodically whenever I am about to do something outside of my comfort zone.
That's right.
You see, Hunter's intention is to keep me safe. Now, I know it doesn't sound that way, but Hunter will do whatever it takes to keep me small, to keep me where he knows I can survive. Not thrive, but survive. Because outside of my comfort zone, who knows what dangers lie ahead of me? And Hunter's doing his best to keep things predictable.
I got you.
But I know better. And I suspect so do you. So I'm curious, how much of your life is ruled by your inner critic?
Voice.
I'm curious if you've ever named your inner critic.
What's my name?
And I'm even more curious if you've ever become friends with your inner critic. Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Alexander. I am the host and creator of Love Notes from the Universe. This is a space that I've created with the intention to deliver value to you, to share stories, experiences, wisdoms, and learnings that I've picked up throughout my life, with the hopes that it can become a catalyst for your empowerment. So I invite you to take in what works and release what doesn't, because the results are always perfect. Making friends with your inner critic. Now you may be asking yourself, well, Daniel, why would I do that? Because there is a reality in which your inner critic becomes the alarm system, informing you that it's time to extend some self-kindness towards yourself, that it's time to take notice of your inner experience, that it's time to lean into the common humanity of the experience that activated your inner critic. Now, we have three responses to fear: fight, flight, and freeze. You may be familiar with them. However, there are no tigers jumping out at us from bushes, but there are plenty of psychological threats abound. And so this stress response system turns into a psychological stress response system. So fight turns into self-criticism. You begin to fight or attack your self-concept. This looks like, I'm so stupid. How could I have done that? I'm such an idiot. Who are you attacking there? Yourself. The flight turns into isolation. You leave your community. You leave the situation that arose and you isolate yourself. You escape, or you run, or you hide. And the freeze becomes rumination. You replay the situation over and over and over again in your head, re-traumatizing yourself, re-wounding yourself. I want to tell you, this is completely normal. We all do this. However, there is a self-care system, a mindful self-compassion system that you can use to empower yourself during these difficult times. This self-care system turns self-criticism into self-kindness. So instead of saying, I'm an idiot, I'm stupid, I'm a fool. Instead, it's, I'm having a difficult time right now. This is hard. Turning isolation into common humanity. So instead of going off by yourself into your house, not talking to anyone, instead, you're saying to yourself, this is what it feels like to suffer like this. This is what other people feel like when this happens to them. I am not unique in feeling these feelings. And lastly, turning rumination into mindfulness. So when you're playing that story over and over in your head, I should have done this, I should have done that. To break that, let's bring focused attention into our body by asking ourselves, where do I feel this in my body? Breaks me out of this psychological story and brings me right into the present moment, into my body. And then from there, noticing that I'm having a hard time, I can extend myself self-kindness. I can lean into the common humanity. I can even give myself what is called affectionate touch. This is what it feels like to suffer like this. I'm having a hard time right now. May I be kind to myself during these moments of suffering. This is a system that you can bring into your life and utilize over and over and over again. And I promise you, it will absolutely transform how you show up in your life. You will no longer be beating yourself up, putting yourself down, compounding the problem. Instead, you will recognize that you are an imperfect human being and that struggle is part of our experience. It's really bringing in humility into your life and moving from that place. This is hard right now. I'm doing the best I can. No different from when a child falls down and hurts themselves. What's the first thing you're gonna do? You're gonna pick that child up. You're gonna hold them and make them feel safe. Before you even address their wound, you're gonna give them safety. And this is what I'm inviting for you to do with yourself. That's it. If any of this is of interest to you and you wanna learn more or deepen the practice of this, I'm a mindful self-compassion teacher. This is what I do. And I would love to extend this knowledge to you, to collaborate, to work together, to partner, to ally. Reach out to me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for listening. Take care of yourself and take care of your loved ones. I'll see you soon.